friends. Back to do a fucking comment reply video. It's been a minute since I've done one. But here we go. So, Garrick's wrote, Bro, fuck this reality. I turned 35 today and I just want off myself. Tired of this shit. I'm sorry to hear that, Garcus, but I believe it. This is a hell realm. So, it's easy for me to believe people in it are struggling. I'm sorry you don't want to be here anymore, but I can't do anything about it for you. I wish I could do something to make this reality a better place than the fucking goddamn suffering, dark, evil realm that it's become. Duke Gust 8818 wrote, walking high lines is one of the coolest things. I need to set something up better because honestly, the way I do this, I set my camera up in front of me so I can talk to you guys or whatever to make the video. But like my monitor's behind it, and like I'm trying to read over and around the fucking thing, so it's kind of ghetto and shitty. I should have a better way to do this. Here, let's try that. Let's try being intelligent for a second and using our brains. Let's move it over there. But then while I'm reading it, my eyes are going to be sideways. I mean, does that matter? It doesn't matter. Whatever. Walking high lines is one of the coolest things I've found. Slack walking high lines. Well, Duke, if that's what I think it is, I'm not interested. I'm afraid of heights. I don't know what the fuck. If that's what I think it is, slacklining, wish I could share it with more people. Sometimes I think we choose to be under the influence of all these illusionary laws. I think that all the time, too. I think, like, excuse me, guys. Cheers. But I think that God's trying to make... If we're all fragments of original consciousness, he's really trying to make himself ignorant of he, she, whatever you want to call it, is trying to make itself ignorant of the fact that it is God. Like, it's not just playing hide and seek with itself like people say. It's like truly like fucking terrified of it finding itself out or something. I don't know if that's what's happening. I'm sorry. Let me read this. Sometimes I think we choose. I already read that. Because that's all there is to do when you are absolute oneness, is to forget who you really are and get lost in your own creation. Why is that the only thing? Again, that's something I hear people say. It's hard for me not to talk, honestly, when I make comment reply videos. For me to make comment reply videos is almost silly. I'm one of the only people I know that does it, but it's almost silly because the way I am. But we're doing the best we can around this motherfucker, I guess. Young creation. I don't understand that. Why? Why? If you are God and you, loneliness is a human thing. I don't know if that's a God thing. I don't know if God feels lonely. Like we're putting human traits on the divine when we say that. We're always looking at it from a human perspective. We can't understand it from a godly perspective. So saying God must have been lonely is like, I don't know. We don't even know if that's true. And even if it is true, why is playing hide and seek with himself his only option? There's an infinite amount of options. If you're God, you're at the ultimate game of hide and seek, fulfilling a wish. Again, maybe, maybe I'll stop sipping the fucking coffee for crying out loud. Man, that creamer really does it to me. I guess I'm thankful that my body's healthy enough to immediately break it down and turn it into shit that's trying to expel whatever. It means I'm in good shape or healthy. You know what I'm saying? But muscles don't mean health, dude. Actually, the whole time for a year and a half, almost 2 years, I couldn't even go to the gym because of my guts being so fucked up. And when everyone goes, you look healthy. It's like, bro, I've been working out almost my whole life. Of course, I look healthy, motherfucker. I'm telling you, my guts are fucked up. Like even the GI doctor's like, well, you look okay. It's like, bro, are you crazy? I'm telling you, my gut. You can't look at someone's guts. You can look at somebody's physique. You can't look at someone's guts, bro. Anyways, give me a fucking endoscopy. But anyways, he ended up saying I looked healthy enough to go home. But fulfilling a wish that we wanted to be on our own, and the contamination is there to make it seem real. And not just to make it seem real, but also to distract us from thinking about, are we God, right? Like if there's contamination and misery and suffering, and just tons of very powerful, get your attention, torment you, worry you, struggle you. You'll always be in the fucking game of God deluding himself to the fact that he's God. People call it the Matrix, but the Matrix may have been put in place by God. It's like, when did God ever lose power so that something else took him over? Does that ever make sense in anybody's mind? And Duke wrote, and the only real joy is remembering who we really are, like the prodigal son returning home. I've heard this 1,000 times, the prodigal son. Actually, Lincoln Durham's song, The Prodigal Son, it's like the only song from him I know that's decent. Prodigal son. What does that mean? The returning son? What is the prodigal son? It's like something out of the Bible. Hero, I've got a YouTube channel as well. Oh, guys, go check out Duke Gust. I haven't done much with it in a while. I don't know. Never mind. Maybe not. Maybe I gotta get back to making videos. Enjoy the rants. It reminds me of myself on a bad day. Yeah, it's my rants are always kind of going to be the same thing because, well, that's what my channel talks about, truth and reality. It's like, I wish I could get on here and we call them rants. Like it's a rant. It's like, actually, it's like me talking about what I observe in reality, and the things that are bothering me. Uh, Again, I wish I could get on camera and talk about all the things happening in reality that are amazing and great and positive and beautiful. And again, like, life isn't so bad for me all the time, but this is a truth channel, and I'm a truther. The actual truth, when you observe, it's bad every time. So I don't like the fact that I look like I'm you on a bad day, we'll say, but that's the shit I talk about, man. It ain't positive, happy shit. Joe S15 wrote at 10246, I used to date a woman who, to my there are cities, jobs, and money when you die reaction. I used to date a woman who believed in all of this religion, indoctrination, etc. I asked her to watch the Disney movie Soul. She did. So I asked her, I never seen that. I've heard it referenced a bunch of times, but I've never seen it. From what I understand, there's a bunch of monsters tormenting kids to then drain out their loose or whatever they create from being scared by the monsters. And then the monsters feed on them, kind of like, I guess you could say, the archons. So I asked her, when she dies and she saw souls going into a ball of white electricity, being shocked and then disappeared, would she still go into the light once she saw the truth? She said she would still go into it. What in the actual fuck? I also had another friend with whom I was discussing the allegory of Plato's cave. I asked him if he ever thought about, if I don't drink my coffee, I'm gonna be, my mouth's fucking so dry right now. You could grow a cactus in that motherfucker, but if I take sips, I'll be every fucking 30 seconds. I'm sorry. I also, in between, that's reality, isn't it? You're always between a rock and a hard place. Always between a bowl of shit and a bowl of diarrhea. Just for, I also had another friend with whom I was discussing the allegory of Plato's cave. I asked him if he ever thought about there being more outside of here. He said no. I said, and you are okay with just being told anything? I've had this same conversation, actually. I can actually tell where this is going. I said, and you are okay with just being told anything is fact and you believe it? He laughed and simply said, yeah, enthusiastically. Yeah. I've had that same conversation and that same reaction. Yeah. That same reaction probably 5 times in my life. 4 or 5 times from different guys. I've had that reaction probably 30 times from people. But that one where they say it like happily enthusiastic, yeah. It's almost like they're happy to be a fucking non-thinking. Well, anyways, I can understand that. I know Joe S. can't understand it. Hero, I truly wonder if both individuals are NPCs. Seriously, the programming is insane. Uh, it sure is. It sure is. It's more that it's. Okay, so the programming here's a weird way to put it. The programming's so insane that when you observe it honestly, is maddening. So not only is it insane, it's a contagious type of insanity that if you involve yourself with it, makes you fucking insane. But anyways, Phil Jones, 6522 wrote, kids went back to school today here in UK. Imagine having to sit through all those subjects again and stress about exams. Cruel place. Right? Like, yeah, schools. a stress machine. This whole reality is just a stress creation machine. It's just really good at that. Or you could say, well, not, well, no, that's definitely what's happening because the reality is constructed in a way to do that when it never had to be that way. I was about to say, or you could say the human avatar is constructed in a way where it's just stressed out all the time about everything. But that's really not true because, again, they were like I just said, the reality is constructed in a way to create as much an immense amount of struggle and worry and suffering, depression, and I mean, just look at the state of reality. Neil Cummings, and it never had to be that way. An intelligent group of 15-year-old kids could draw up, write up a more uh, a better system than this one. The word I'm looking for is where it's all working well together. I almost said synchronistic, but I don't know if that's a word. But symbiotic. A group of fucking intelligent 15-year-olds could draw up, write up a more symbiotic system than the one we have now, full of war, chaos, poverty, struggle, and fucking depression, and 20% of the fucking population on psych meds, and whatever hundred thousands of depressive, fucking suicidal people every year. Just like, we're in hell, bro. We're in hell. We're literally in a torture chamber, and humans are struggling just to get by every fucking day. Who created a realm like this other than a sadistic, evil fucking Joker god? Neil Cummings, 56, wrote, "People are too man. If it's a school, what kind of school are we talking about? What are the desks made out of? Spikes? Like, what are the teachers? Are they fucking like reptilian cannibals or human flesh eaters? We'll say. What kind of school, anyways? It would be so bad, not anyways. What kind of school would be so bad that people would rather blow their fucking brains out than deal with it? Calling this realm a school is almost like disrespectful to an actual teacher. I'm not talking about indoctrination agents. I'm talking about an actual teacher, a piano teacher, a fucking, somebody that actually teaches, a self-defense trainer, something like that. Calling this place a school is a disrespectful slap to every actual, true, passionate, real teacher in this reality. Oh, I know how I'm going to teach this kid. Hey, kid, while you're taking this exam, I'm going to fucking twist this nail into your fucking ribs and try to rip the bone off the flesh. No. While you're taking that exam, out of your peripheral vision, I'm going to be slowly murdering your dogs or killing somebody that matters to you. Yeah, that's what kind of school, bro. What kind of school are we talking about? Neil Cummings, 56. Who ever learned anything from watching their mother die? Who ever learned anything from watching their children die? Who ever learned anything from being molested by their parents? Who ever learned, man, this is a learning to learn what? How to war and be fucking sadistic and low-level meat monkey? Driven by materialistic needs? A school. Get the fuck out of here. Well, Chris, you learned not to be that way. Man, but this place promotes all that. So calling this place the school makes you retarded. Neil Cummings wrote, "People are too easily influenced by the music, TV, internet bullshit, and copy what they see. Most people don't think for themselves or stand up for what they believe." I can't even focus on what I'm reading. I just get so fucking, bro, this reality's retarded. But so far, he's right. I guess I was focused on what he was saying. So far, he is right. People are like so easily programmed. The fall of humanity has been funded and carefully crafted and packaged and sold to the people. Well, most people. Be careful, very careful what you put into your body and your mind and what kind of thoughts you're having. Neil, actually, at this point, I stopped giving a fuck about what I do to a degree. I don't want to feel sick and ill, so I avoid unhealthy foods because they make me feel sick and ill. When it comes to the coffee, but honestly, dude, I do it bad with sweets too. Uh, I've got a horrible fucking sweet tooth. I have a horrible fucking sweet tooth. I don't know. I'm addicted. Maybe I got parasites. They're addicted. I don't know. I don't care at this point. So I'm just sick of giving a fuck. Like at this point, it's like, oh, be healthy. Healthy for what? I enjoy going to the gym or whatever. I've been doing it. So at this point, I'm so invested. I mean, I'm 40. I've been working out. But, it's like, it's one of the few things that makes me feel mentally better, whatever. but I don't give a fuck anymore. It's like I'm working out for what? I'm eating healthy for what? So I can be healthier in the in hell. It's like, man, it's hard for people. Depression, laziness. But how do you want people to take a place like this serious? Have you guys looked around at the dump we're in lately? Dead Inside 674 wrote, whenever I have a thought now, I immediately think, I don't care. Seems to be working. Thoughts are intrusive. That tells me they're not ours. using the words intrusive and thoughts in the same sentence is almost immediately proves the mind virus. But yeah, that becoming detached, and but I've already talked about there are tons of benefits to becoming detached, especially if you're a true seeker. The downside is you start to become detached even from the things you truly cared about while you were attached. So for me, YouTube videos. When I became so detached that nothing bothered me anymore, so you could say like life became easier to deal with. But I also didn't give a fuck about anything. Not only did I not give a fuck about all the nasty, intrusive thoughts, the mind virus, I don't think, no, it still fucks with me. I guess you could say it still whispers to me, but I'm fully aware of it now. But you could say, I ended up losing my train of thought. That's what you could say. But let me check that real quick, one guys. I think I still had a point to make. Yeah, guys. I mean, I already pretty much made that point, anyways. Was that you'll become detached even from things you love. And in my case, it's like spreading truth or making the truth videos. I even became detached from that and just didn't care. I didn't care to make videos anymore. I can't take my glasses off, but yeah, I agree. Omni King Bay wrote, "This is how everything has gone for the absolute worst ever in human history. Be set apart or be a part of this world and perish with it. Be set apart from the rest of the world and lead by example." But see, the thing, like when I see that Omni, I agree. Like I would set myself apart from this world, but it doesn't accomplish anything. You still have to live in it and die in it while you're being apart from it or a part of it. You still have to, whether you like it or not, you're subjected to it. T-Fetch wrote, Pearl Jam Rats. I don't know that song off the top of my head. I'm not sure if he wants me to go read the lyrics to it or something, but Gar- Garrick's Garden wrote, if you want to lucid dream, I would highly recommend taking a tolerance break from Mary Jane. Oh yeah, I know, dude. It's at least a month or two, you'll have extremely vivid dreams. When I used to smoke, I rarely had any. Yeah, I still have them when I smoke, but they're not as vivid. They're not as I'm not in them as long, and I don't remember them as much. But yeah, when I quit, if I take a tolerance break, I start having dreams like on the second night, not after months. It's like on the second, third, fourth night, I'm already having like super vivid dreams. Uh, give me one sec, guys. I'll be right back. All right. So what's weird, and it's gonna sound paranoid, but it is weird and strange, is that that's fine. Well, anyways, so double on top of it. But anyways, so I get these physical symptoms sometimes where it almost feels like I'm having a panic attack. It feels like or like short on breath. I'm breathing fine, but it feels like I'm short, like I can't get any air in. And in this video, it's happening. And this has happened to me now probably 4 or 5 times where I feel like I can't get a breath. And I would say 4 of those times have all happened on video, which is really weird to me. I'm not stressing making the video. I don't get nervous making these videos. I don't. I talk about no subjects on these videos. That's for sure. I talk about things that you could say the mind virus or demons or whoever runs this shithole realm probably don't want me to talk about. So there's all that. But this almost like short on breath thing has happened to me a few times now making videos, which is really weird to me. Something else that's weird to me is when I make these videos where I talk about a lot of hush hush or no subjects, is how quickly I can lose my train of thought. How quickly it happens. Like I do lose my train of thought sometimes, like as a normal person, I guess you could say in my daily activities, communicating with people. Very rarely. On video, it happens all the time. All the time. When I'm talking about these types of subjects, it happens like, and these are the most important subjects in the world to me. These are the most important subjects in the world to me. The nature of reality is the most. You would think if any subject's at the forefront of my mind, it would be the shit I'm talking about. But I'll be right in the middle. What was I saying? How? Unless I'm suffering from goddamn what the hell is it called? Where people start forgetting their damn whole life and shit. Alzheimer's or something. But I mean, but again, it doesn't. It's weird that it constantly happens on video. Doesn't happen that much in my real life. Not that I notice. When I communicate with people, it's very simple. I never lose my train of thought. But anyways, or feel like I'm short on breath. I think coffee's a dilator, isn't it, or whatever? Maybe I'm wrong about that. Well, anyways, I know it's a diuretic, but Garrick's Garden wrote, even the springs in our is alcohol a diuretic? Because every time I drink alcohol, I have to piss like 47,000 times too. But Garrick's Garden wrote, even the springs in our mattresses promote more radiation through the Wi-Fi signals, which obviously leaches in our bodies for as long as we sleep every night in this place is fucked up. I hate it too. Yeah, you could say the design Garrix, you could say the design of the mattresses are demonic and evil. The design of the clothes, the design of the fabrics, the design of the fucking memory foams, the design of everything. The food, the water, the air. Or you could just say the design of the reality and just put it in a nutshell. The design of this whole place is disgusting. It's to always hurt us, poison us, kill us. It's like, this shit's dumb. Whoever created this reality is a fucking stupid little fucking retard. Digital Loom wrote, the best and the realest. Thank you, Loom. I appreciate that, love. Tubby Rainbow wrote 111, or wrote 111. Tubby Rainbow 111 wrote, these rants are the highlight of my week. When they drop, bro, cheers. Thank you, Tubby. I appreciate that. Reading comments like that is great, but reading the other ones that are like, I just don't want a beer anymore. This place sucks. Like, I almost want to stop making videos. Like, I'm not trying to depress people, but my videos talk about that kind of shit. But then I get comments like this, so it's like, I don't know. Nobody, nothing, God commented, speaking straight facts, dog, whoever created this wrong needs to be punished. Or at least acknowledged as who's the one that's fucked up and, correct their mistakes, grow, do something. Don't just stay demonic like, there's a drama going on between good and evil and the devil and Jesus. Like, fuck off. Joshua S1117 wrote, this is a great one. Thank you, Joshua. I appreciate that. Love your videos too, brother. Guys, go check out Joshua S. I'm subscribed to him. Addicted Bastard wrote, find a way to save as much money as possible and leave the country. You need to go into the system a little bit to get out of it. In fact, you may be able to use and manipulate the system a little to help America to pay for you leaving. There are a ton of places you can go. Stop asking questions and start researching. What? Well, hold on. Anyways, no, no more excuses. Don't stay here for anyone. They are not your responsibility. Stop feeling guilty. Stop falling for traps. Stop being a victim. Okay, well, this is an interesting comment. I don't know why Addicted Bastard even left a comment like that, but I see replies to his comment. So there are things I want to say. Usually I say shit and then the people commenting say it too, so I'll just read the comments. Tubby Rainbow 111 wrote, laugh out loud, go where, bro? This isn't a country problem. This is an earth problem. Okay, I agree with Tubby Rainbow. That's what I was thinking when I was, well, anyways, I'll keep reading. The Green Wizard 5441 wrote, stop asking questions. Why? Also, why tell him what to do? Are you his caretaker? Do you pay his way? Oh, sorry, too many questions. Also, leaving the country won't solve shit. Never has, never will. The problem is the entire realm by default. And then Addicted Bastard replied back. I agree with what Derek said there. Derek, I'm also subscribed to him. Uh, I agree with what Derek said. My goodness. Uh, and Addicted Bastard replied back to Tubby Rainbow, damn, I guess you're fucked. Well, not he's fucked. Addicted, I agree with what they said, brother. We're fucked. No, I don't completely disagree with Addicted's comment. Like where he said, basically, get money, get as much money as possible. I wish I had 100 grand in the bank right now. That would have made my life a lot easier. So I don't completely disagree with this comment, but like hunkering down or get going underground or building a shelter and growing our own food. It's like I don't. Well, I'll say I don't think you understand the gravity of the issue here. It's like, what? Like, bro, that shit ain't gonna fix our issue. I mean, well, being on my own land, if there is such a thing, there's no such thing as your own land. The demons can show up with their helicopters and guns at any second and take what you own. They're the mafia and they do what they want. But having my own land with a bunch of my own food being grown by me would be great right now. But it would just be a greater situation in a hopeless hell soul trap type of situation that we need to escape completely. But anyways, Sophie Love wrote, the trauma, abuse, neglect, and suffering are what woke me up to this hell realm. I know they're poisoning my avatar, so I take activated charcoal and other binders to remove it. I'm making myself comfortable while I await my release date. Yeah, activated charcoal is great. There's a reason why you like those little charred up bits off the grill when you're eating your ribs or whatever, your chicken, your burgers. Um, that's for some reason eating burnt food or charcoal is really beneficial to the body. Good for removing toxins. I also take activated charcoal, Sophie. Not all the time, but you could say uh, once a month. You could say. Carney Barbie wrote, "You are my favorite YouTuber." Thank you, Carney. I appreciate that, love. These videos are some of the only things that bring me joy here. You understand everything I feel. Uh, Appreciate that. Thank you. T Fetch wrote, every fucking time, even still. What? What every time, T? I don't know what you mean by that. Magic Zebra 311 wrote at 4:56. What did he mean by that? Every fucking time, still. This reality is completely contaminated. I don't know. I don't know what he meant by that. But Magic Zebra wrote at 4:56. I don't think you can wake people up. I think this is scripted. He wrote, I agree. He was quoting me. That's what I said. He wrote, I agree. Hey, I'm B wrote at 49:41. So true. V also wrote at 45:18. I feel like the more we think about it, the worse it is. The more I watch videos on this subject, the more depressed I get. That's why it's like that makes me not want to make videos. She wrote, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want. Anyway, she wrote, I don't want to depress people. I don't want to make people sad. And well, anyways, she wrote, that's why I like your channel. You tell. I don't know. I'm caught between Dan and I rock. I'm in a weird place mentally about making videos lately. It's just like I don't know what I'm doing here, making people depressed. She wrote, you tell the truth, but you're hilarious, and that helps so much. It makes things more bearable. We need more truth channels. We need more comedy channels to help us deal with this insanity. Let's laugh at the Matrix the way they laugh at us. That is a hard, like, man, if I was an actual comedian, all I'd have to do is watch politics, watch Fox or CNN for 20 minutes every morning, and I would have an endless amount of content pretty much. Just watch popular media. I'd have endless content, but I'm so detached. Like to go into my mind, you'd be going back into like the 90s or something, or like the early 2000s. I'm like an old, very old soul because I was an old soul back when I was a kid. So it's like I'm a super old soul now, but I'm so detached I couldn't even be a comedian nowadays. But it is a hard plate to serve up, V, believe it or not. Like talking about this type of shit and still trying to be funny with it, that's a hard fucking hand to do. But thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it. Dead Inside 674 wrote, I can't do this shit anymore, y'all. I'm sorry to hear that, Dead Inside. Uh, this is one of the things I struggle with the most. This is what depresses me the most. Because I can't do anything to help. This is going to make me dead-eyed. That's why I don't know. You'll notice I'll probably become dead-eyed responding to comments like this. You'll see my eyes go kind of. I detach because I can't deal with that. Carney Barbie replied back. These are all replies back to what Dead Inside said. She wrote, "Me neither." And Tubby Rainbow 111 wrote the same. Sorry, guys and gals. Phil Jones wrote, "Hopefully we won't have to." Dead Inside replied back to Phil saying, "Whatever makes the best luge is what will be." Yeah, but these are very somber, dark. I mean, changes the whole energy. Types of comments are backs and forths, but they're real, and they're the ones that need to be talked about. Chris, you're a negative person. None of these people are negative people. They're all good people suffering a nasty negative realm. Uh, Dead Pirate Lenny 1348 wrote, at 29 minutes, I value my dreams as much as a good parent values their firstborn. This happened to me too. It's difficult to explain. He's right, but it's true. A great dream is so valuable to me. It is. It's like more precious to me than any material thing, gold, whatever. More precious than gold. A good dream, or like how much I value them. I never thought about it, but yeah, that's funny. I value my dreams as much as a good parent values their firstborn. Here, this happened to me too. It's difficult to explain to someone what they just killed and why you're in a bad mood. I literally mourned the premature death of a high quality lucid dream. Oh, okay, I know what he's talking about. He was saying that like great dreams would end, which at the perfect time, every time. Like you were just about to get lucky. You were just about to drive that car. You were just about to mount that chick. You were just about to, whatever it was in the dream, that was like the whole dream was building up to it. You're like, what the fuck? Why? I hate being in this reality. What's weird is the impeccable timing of it every time. That's the weird part. How did your brain know to line up that alarm clock with the timing of your dream where there's no time in dreams? It's so weird that that's all happening, isn't it? Anyways, Dread Pirate Lenny 1348. Oh, yeah, I already read that one. I'm sorry. I agree, Dread Pirate. Great comment. When Wiston wrote, Love G, thanks for the videos. You're welcome, Wiston. I love you too, brother. I love all of you guys. I even love the demons. I even love the demons. I even love the nasty people. I mean, I wish they would stop being nasty. I wish they would stop being demons. But they don't. They're always going to be that way. Dead Inside 674 wrote, how do y'all stop yourselves from hating the NPCs? I absolutely despise. I don't hate them. I mean, hate's a strong ass word for me. I mean, they annoy the fuck out of me. Here, I absolutely despise them, and it's breaking my mind though. And Tubby Rainbow 111 replied back, same, bro, with laughing, crying faces. Okay, so I would say, man, if they really make you that mad, what would happen there? Okay, so let's leave my mouse there. If they really make you that mad, it's like, I don't know what to tell you. Get a little bit of control of your emotions. I mean, I hate them. I hate this fucking whole reality. I do. I hate. But I mean, look what this reality does. Like, what is there to love about it? It's almost like 99% garbage. Uh, so there I say hate, but like NPCs, I don't even know if they're real people. I don't know if even those just blindly, I'm sorry, willingly ignorant ones. Yeah, I am happy. Yeah, One of those fucking dodo bird ass, retarded motherfucking drooling ass, mouth breathing dumb motherfucker. Come on, bro. Like, what's wrong with you? Well, anyways, but I don't hate them. I just think they're fucking retards. Like, man, y'all are fucking dumb. God damn, what happened? Y'all just like were raised up in a like retard family or something. Anyways, that inside six just not thinking. It's bizarre, but more annoying. Not hate. I don't hate them. They're to me they're not even real people to a degree, which is not a good thing. To be honest with you, it's not a good mind state to have to look at. That's why I always say I hate the term NPC because it puts them in a sort of non-human state. It's like I don't know if that's what happened. They may be indoctrinated. They may be a soul that's plugged into a very naive or indoctrinated or want to be indoctrinated little existence. I can't hate them for being them. That's like me hating an ant for being an ant. I almost think this reality was constructed for people like that. I mean, I don't know if I hate. They are annoying. It's like, man, can y'all wake the fuck up? You know, it's like, what's wrong with your brains? But, anyways, I don't know how to tell you to stop. How do y'all stop yourself? I don't hate them, so I don't know how to stop myself from hating them. But I hate evil. How do I stop I don't know how to. Oh, when you hate something, I don't think you can stop yourself from doing it. I don't know. I don't know if you can, because I truly hate evil and constantly. I don't want to carry the burden of the weight of the hate, so I release it by forgiveness. I forgive them. I forgive. I forgive. Well, how long do I got to be the victim? How many times do I got to forgive? It's hard to get rid of that hate when it happens every day. So you're going to be, if you hate NPCs, you're just a hateful enough person to hate them. And they're going to keep happening to you every day. The only thing I can tell you, dead inside, is to get the fuck away from them. He wrote, need to send more money to, oh, Dead Inside also wrote, need to send more money to Ukraine and Israel, though. Yeah, that's what matters in life. In this reality, that is what matters. Bombs, destruction, war, poverty, death, murder, R word is something they don't talk about. Just they talk. There's a lot of nastiness that happens in war that they don't talk about. People know what war is. People know what war is. Come on. You think every one of them suiting up's just so patriotic? Some of those people know exactly what they're going into and they want to go into it. There's some nasty, evil people in this world. Oh, salute them. When they come home and march and shoot guns, and when they die, we'll have a ceremony. It's like, that dude got into the place so he could go and murder people and torment civilians and do all kinds of nasty shit. We got to be honest all the time. We can't just be blindly, brainwashedly, retardedly patriotic. The fuck is patriotic, anyways? If it's been a demon system the whole time, who are you fighting for other than the mafia? Yeah, you're so patriotic. Good for you, motherfucker. Jacoba 4246 wrote, from the words we say every day, the endless symbolism, the endless rabbit holes, and the never-ending evil, lies, and insanity, it really can take years to comprehend this shit, and most don't get it. Jacoba, I still don't get it. I still don't get it. If you get it, I would like to know. The Green Wizard replied back to him this. I don't understand what. So from the words we say every day, he's talking about like word wizardry, the endless symbolism. It's easy to see. Or I guess easy for us to see. The endless rabbit holes, the never-ending evil, lies and insanity. It really can take years to comprehend this shit. And most don't. Okay, he's talking about how contaminated the reality is. I think Jacobus. I think again. I don't know. I just. But yeah, Jacoba. I still don't get this shit. I don't know why this is all happening. I don't know why we suffer, why we struggle. We could say it's loose, but it's like still, I still don't even get that. I think this place is a simulation, so I can't imagine entities creating a simulation to feed off of. But you could say when we play video games, we feed off of. It's not loosh, it's entertainment, is what we call it. We wouldn't call it loosh, but. Well, anyways, Three Fingers 362 wrote, love the rants, bro. I feel exactly the same way. Thank you, Three Fingers. I appreciate that. V wrote, Chris, we literally need a Dookie Boy Around t-shirt. It'd make it easier to identify each other, too. It's funny. Is actually T hit me up originally when years ago, 4 years ago now, 3, 4 years ago, asking me if I was interested in making T-shirts. So I probably could make a Dookie Boy Around T-shirt. Uh, I wonder how the shirt would look. I don't know how it would look, how the design would look. I'd have to draw something up, but I'd probably do something like that. But Kearney Barbie replied back, to be honest, okay, I'd buy one. Okay, so who knows? Maybe I could do some T-shirts. Uh, so I can make a few bucks. I'm completely unmotivated. I just don't care. I don't care about money anymore. Other than like, I need some money to buy the things that I need to buy to survive. I just, I'm like completely unmotivated to give a fuck about selling shirts anyway. So I just don't care anymore. I just this reality is a hellhole. It's hard for me to take any of this serious. Uh, to I'll say this: if you see me taking the reality serious, I'm pretending. I'm pretending. This shit I'm serious about. I'm saying in my daily like NPC life of getting up and going to work or this or whatever, doing the daily chores. This shit's boring and miserable. Feels like Groundhog's Day to me. Uh, V clapped for me in that comment. Thank you, V. Brownstone Bear 1983 wrote that the year the gods were born, baby. He wrote the everlasting gobstoppers. What do you mean, brother? The everlasting gobstoppers? What the hell's a gobstopper? Oh no, I'm gonna have to start fucking clearing my throat every 30 seconds now. Jordan, my mouth's getting dry. Jordy Kellogg 5568 wrote, I prefer a fight to be like Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior matchup. Nobody really gets hurt and the good guys always win. I don't remember that match. I remember the Ultimate Warrior. His like, I don't know, he had like 3 or 4 moves in his whole repertoire. He had like the run from rope to rope. What did he have? Like a drop leg attack that he would do. He had a pump up thing that he would do. That I'm literally counting that as one of his moves because that's what he would do all the time. And he had a rope grabbing thing that he would do all the time, constantly. So yeah, 2 out of his 4 moves aren't even fighting moves. They were just him basically showing off his steroided physique. Grabbing the ropes with the ropes tied around to show off the separation between the deltoid and the triceps. Like it was all a show to make. Oh, he sucked at wrestling, honestly. If we're being honest, well, I shouldn't talk ill about the dead, but I used to be into wrestling. I used to be into all this whole. When I was a kid, I loved wrestling, but he was a horrible wrestler. Are you kidding me? The 1-2-3 Kid was a better wrestler at fucking like 18 than the Ultimate Warrior was at his peak. He just sucked. He couldn't do shit. Shit, even Big Papa Pump. You guys remember Big Papa? He was a jack. That motherfucker was huge. He made what's his name look small. Big Papa Pump was more of a technical wrestler than what's his name? The Ultimate Warrior, the Ultimate Steroid Head. I'm sorry, dude. I have like a weird hatred for people that take that shit. I don't know. Or people that just take anything that cheats their physique. It's like, bro, you're a fucking. I don't know. I hate that shit. Why do I hate that? It's because they cheat. They're fucking fake Peckerwoods. They ain't no real man. I don't explain it. But Brownstone Bear, I'm brainwashed. But anyways, bro. Love you, brother. I love you too, brother. He wrote, the NES had a power button and a reset. At this point, I welcome the power button. I don't know if we'll ever not exist. Just so you know, I don't think there may be a reset button to our type of existence, or even a stage 2 to our type of existence. But I don't think our existence ever stops, bro. I think we're eternal. You may be sick of this existence, but hopefully you're not sick of the next one. I think you'll create the next one. This idea that we're all by ourselves or we're completely lonely in the astral's bullshit. We'll have a connection to each other still. The good news is, in the astral, we'll be able to choose who we associate ourselves with. We won't be subjected to a bunch of fucking demonic bastards realms. Or maybe we will actually. If maybe that dude on the Reddit thing's true, and the whole astral realm's like this tyrannical, basically 1983 total slave state of 2 + 2 = 5. Shock him some more until he says it again. Supposedly the astral's like that. It's like, what the fuck? But then he's like talking about him in the astral. I'm hanging out at bars, having a great time. Everyone's having fun. The lead singer of Sublime's over there playing his music. I'm, smoking my cigar and fucking hanging out. Uh, it sounds like a good time, tyrannical, weird soul trap. I don't know why that's what he's experiencing, but that may just be the reality his individual soul is generating up. Because again, if you go back and watch his story, or we'll say any story like that, you can constantly find holes or problems in what they're saying. It's like, yeah, but that doesn't make sense. But that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. If you made current reality where I could manifest up any food I want, and I didn't even have to eat if I didn't want to, or I could manifest up a roll of thousands of dollars in my back pocket, or I could just manifest up anything I want. I could manifest up a big booty Halle Berry. I can manifest up whatever I want. This reality wouldn't be that bad, even with the tyrannical control shit going on. But then again, if I could manifest anything I want, I don't think there'd be so much tyrannical shit going on, which is another weird inconsistency with his story. You got an infinite amount of souls going over to the astral to get trapped by the slave system over there, which makes no sense because that contradicts, well, it's a soul trap and nobody makes it over there because they're sending all the souls back. So who are these humans that live over here compared to the ones that get sent back? And do they recognize the demons over there we're sending people back are bad and that the whole realm's evil? And why don't they collectively come together and use all their telekinesis and powers and flying abilities and all that to destroy the evil? Oh no, we're just tyrannically controlled. What? What's going on? I don't understand any of it. None of it actually makes sense. But anyways, Brown Bear 1983 wrote, love you. Oh, I already read this one. Love you too, brother. Thank you. Dielectric Truth 1040 put a smiley face. Thank you, Dielectric. I'm glad that my videos make you happy, brother. Aaron, I gotta take a quick break, guys. I'll be right back. All right, guys. I think this is where I left off. Aaron 5283 wrote, there is a video of a woman named Peggy Kane giving an interview about how she could communicate with the beings on the other side using these voices or using these voice recordings and reverse speech. Can't remember those exact details. This is almost exactly how she described the afterlife. Her description said children were harmed there too. Oh my God. And you know what's weird? A bunch of the indoctrinated Christians would say, oh no, they must have went to hell. Those people went to hell. That's what happened. It's like, yeah, but there's a bunch of Christians in what you would call hell that's minds are now broken because they found out Jesus never existed, Anyway, Sophie Love wrote, they want you to forgive, which makes you a sucker and opens you up to be played and manipulated over and over again. They want you to accept the sacrifice of the Jesus character so that you will accept the role as a scapegoat or sacrificial lamb in the family. We are being gaslit and gang stalked by the scripted reality. Oh, absolutely. Your whole life was sort of scripted to bring you chaos and trauma. I would say, is it then possible to break the script of our lives and jump onto a whole new life path and get out of that chaos that was scripted for us? Is that possible? I don't know. I don't think so. I think that your life could give you an illusion of it getting better, but you'll be a targeted, whatever you want to call it, a chosen one, awoken one, whatever you want to call it. You'll be targeted by things that will frustrate, depress, and make you miserable forever. I think. I hope I'm wrong about that. What I will say though is that since I've sort of become indifferent to all of it, all the things that frustrate me seem to have sort of slowed down. It could just be a nice patch in life where bad things aren't happening, but um, it doesn't seem to be dealing me as many bad cards as it used to. Maybe that's just an illusion. I don't know. We'll see. But T-Fetch replied back to Sophie saying, also, if you believe in the Jesus character, you won't do any self improvements like Stop doing bad shit because you're forgiven because he did it for you, so you don't have to do the fucking work. Uh, and the fifth element wrote a target back at T Fetch. So I agree. Jesus is a great scapegoat for sinful, nasty people. I see that actually more commonly, which is what drives people away or drove me away from religion, we'll say. I became a unique type of Christian myself because I didn't associate with other Christians, but I seen that more commonly than the Christian that became Christian to better themselves and was constantly on a path of bettering themselves. They were just like shitty humans going, oh, Jesus forgives me. It's like, that's fucking retarded. What kind of religion is that? You created a religion where evil is forgiven? That's a weird religion. If you're looking at it from a third person, unindoctrinated perspective, it would seem almost like a demonic evil cult type of thing going on there. But people are just it's so normalized in people's minds. They think it's beautiful and that's the way cults work. But, anyways, what is doing bad shit? This reality is bad shit. That's all it is. It's a fucking hell realm. Sophie Love wrote, on the topic of soul contracts, it might behoove us to study law while we're here. Okay, that's actually, I should make a video of that. Like all the practical things you should learn in the Dookie Boy realm. Because there are things that, and this is, she's absolutely right. Let me finish reading this. She wrote, learn about contracts and maritime law, go to law school or Google University. And T-Fetch replied back to Sophie saying, simplify, don't agree to anything. Don't agree to anything. All right, yeah, I don't agree to any contracts or none of that. And if I can't remember them, how the fuck is that used against me in a court of law? It's bizarre or weird that some entity would show me like, you made a contract, man. Fuck, you get the fuck away from me, you little weirdo. I punch your fucking mouth in. But I'm sorry, I had something to say. But yeah, one of the practical things to know in this reality is law. If you know the law, getting pulled over could be the difference. You getting fucking blasted or being not bothered by somebody who's breaking the law against you, especially if you got. Well, anyways, if you know the law and you know your shit and you're prepared, that's a great thing to have in this reality. I don't disagree with that. Like no matter how spiritual or advanced or past the realm we become, we're still here. Like until I hope that that's why I hope the system collapses. There must be something new. Like this system just doesn't work. Oh, but if it collapses, there's going to be mass death. There's mass death now. There's mass death during the shithole system that I want to collapse. Is there not? How many people go missing every year? How many people die in the war and poverty and struggle that this system creates every year? Oh no, but if it all collapses, everybody will die. You're what we're really dealing with is people that are like worried about their own yard. I'm worried about me. If it collapses, I got to stress. Yeah, you do. You don't got stress now. You don't got stress in life now. We're constantly stressed now to the point people can't take this shit no more. Anyways, so I could rant for a fucking ever. Uh, Sophie Love commented, laying on your back with your belly exposed is what cats do. Yeah, so do dogs. Cats and dogs do this to show submission. I can't lay on my back. My brother Tom had said it to me too. He goes, I can't. He said, well, he had said, well, he knows what happened to us growing up. But anyways, I don't want to say what my brother Tom said, but anyways, but I can't, it's difficult for me to just lay. I feel very exposed and vulnerable when I'm laying like that. I just can't lay that way. Addicted Bastard wrote, I'm going to start wearing a t-shirt that says no soliciting. Carry a firearm and a GoPro. Chech Neal wrote, Benedict at 2 hours and 12 minutes, wrote Benedictine's the swagger. Benedictine's the swagger. Yeah, I guess he is a sort of stylish type of dude. I'll wear the same colored shirt 20 videos in a row. I don't give a fuck about style or even like how I look. Like you can tell, like Like I'm not going out of my way to look sloppy or messy, but actually my last video, I did the whole video with like a fucking mush damn. I mean, I get straight out of bed sometimes, and I was sleeping like this, and I got a lopsided fucking beard. You know what I'm saying? The whole video. I mean, I don't like look in the mirror before I make a video and pretty myself up. It just doesn't matter that much to me. But I ain't got nothing against. I'm not saying anything against that. I'm just saying like it ain't my thing. But Addicted Bastard wrote, "Oh my fuck!" But yeah, Benedictine is definitely a fucking stylish dude. Oh my fucking god, dude! I literally used the Saul joke to myself and have literally never told that to anyone. Bro, we have a ton in common. Like the jigsaw tricycle dude. Literally, that's what life fucking feels like. God damn, what the fuck's going on? I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on, but yeah, I have a lot in common with all my subscribers. I mean, I hope that's why they're around. People that I don't know how I feel about the in common thing anymore because people that don't have these things in common with me will never watch my videos. And it's like, so what? Are they not open to philosophy? Are they really just so like, I just want to get a good job, make money, and have a white picket fence and a wife with 2 kids and a dog? And it's like, what's wrong with? Well, anyways, I don't know. Gert Gobain wrote, "Why would the archons create this elaborate afterlife instead of just putting us in cages and shocking us for loose forever?" This is a great question. You could say, Gert, that they probably do have that happening in, somewhere in the world. Or somewhere in the existence, we'll say, somewhere in the world, somewhere in the astral. That is happening somewhere in the world, by the way, on a high level. So you can't say that that's not happening. It is happening, just not to us personally. And you could also say that if you sat us in cages and just shocked us all permanently and just loose, 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 that at some point we would stop creating loose. We would become numb to the hell. We would stop creating. I think. I mean, I could be wrong about that. Um, Chechny wrote, "My man doing one video in 3 days." Uh, What do you mean? I don't know what he means. I did one video in 3 days, or oh yeah, yeah. That dude, it does take me that long sometimes. Sometimes, well, just depends how life happens. How life happens. Like I make videos when I'm inspired to, wherever the fuck inspiration comes from. But a lot of times, shit pops up. This starts happening, that starts happening. I got to take care of this chore or that chore, and before I know it, it's bedtime, and I'm sleeping, and then I'll carry on the video the next day, or then shit will happen on that day. Something, but anyways, yeah, there's life's like that. It seems like life doesn't ever want me doing what I want to do. Uh, but the truth is, I'm almost constantly doing what I want to do, and I still feel restricted. Uh, Addicted Bastard, where I've been dabbling in these theories. Glad I'm not the only one. Also, wouldn't have known this if I didn't have a phone. I'm going to do a lot of camping with my dog soon. I'd like to have a gun or a PCP air gun for self defense, along with bear spray. The thing with being out in the woods, addicted, like here's the thing, is like when it comes to being out in the woods, is like you have to be a part of society because the truth is, if I go out into the woods with a 12 gauge shotgun, buckshot, slugs, uh, bear spray, uh, whatever, nets, bear traps, fucking tripwires, grenades. I could go out into the woods with $20,000 worth of equipment that I could carry in one knapsack and get bit by some random fucking spider or snake that I don't have the anti venom for, that I've got to go plug back into society, drive back to the hospital if I make it there in time, and get help from a societal member, we'll say. That's the thing about like detaching or going off grid and becoming your own. It's like, no, but there's a trillion things that can happen that sort of force us to keep attached to society. He wrote, I've heard some horror stories of solo camping without self-defense, including backwoods families that steal all your shit, tear your tent down, and have their children steal from you while threatening your life. They tried to steal the guy's dog too. That's a weird thing and that happens all the time. People will steal people's dogs. That's a weird thing to steal. That's like a creepy thing to steal from somebody. Why would you take somebody else's dog? I mean, that is the weirdest thing you could do. You fucking creep. Any dog stealers out there? You weird stealing other people's dogs, like some stray dog walking around hungry, panting, fucking looking emaciated. You're fucking stealing somebody's healthy dog. Well, you're a creep. It's like stealing somebody's kid. It's like stealing somebody's family member. You're a weirdo. Well, anyways, like a dog stealing ass, living in the woods, hills have eyes, backwards ass fucking creeps, bro. Imagine stealing somebody's dog. like dog wouldn't even like you. Like it'd be sitting there probably scared of you, wouldn't it? Like it's not gonna be like a happy dog with you if you steal some. Well, anyways, like people are weird, bro. Addicted, I would say go out and there's so much empty space in this realm. Go out to a place that's far enough away, and you're in danger. That's what I'm saying. In the same breath, you're in danger. Far enough away where you can't even get a signal. That's where I want to go. I want to be somewhere where camped out, surviving off, let's say, the ocean that's nearby, having crab traps, nets, catching fishes, surviving off the land. That's what I want. Away from everybody. Building my little log, maybe to have a spouse there or, some sort of company, other humans, like-minded humans, you could say, just humans sick of this reality, and we could all like survive and never have to pay another bill again. The thing with homelessness is that we look at one version of it. We look at the version of it that are the people that don't know how to survive off of the grid, that are jugged out on cocaine, meth, or alcohol, or what, pills, whatever, that have to be at the local store sleeping on the concrete. That's the version of homelessness we see. It's like, bro, we're born homeless. You don't have a home when you're born. If we were living out in the woods amongst a decent community of normal fucking people that aren't weirdos constantly creating drama and nastiness and conflict and blah blah, it would be a beautiful existence, I think. Surviving, catching our own food that isn't completely contaminated with weird antibiotics, pesticides, steroids, whatever they put in food, bro. It's like these people that just are production giants, just money hungry. They don't care how the health matters. Did the checkbook go up? Keep doing it. I mean, just demons in the flesh. Anyways, I think that'd be cool, but I would say get as far away from technology and society as possible. You're not going to run into any weird jugheads out in the middle of those woods trying to steal your dogs. I think if you're far enough away from people, the trick to come out to where you're at isn't worth it to sit there and fuck with you if you go to the right places. And but again, you're in danger. If you're, let's say, 20 miles out from any type of civilization, out in the middle of some woods near a ravine somewhere or something, surviving off the land, odds are you'll never run into another human again. But then again, the odds are if something bad happens, you're fucked. Chechnil wrote, at 5630, you are generating a lot of loosh. Chechny, I generate, if loosh is a thing, I generate it almost all the time when I'm making my videos. Probably, well, not all the time when I'm making my videos. Like right now, I don't feel like I'm generating a bunch of loosh, but when I'm making my videos, there's plenty of times where I'm making loosh, but I kind of can't and make my videos simultaneously. So I thank you for pointing it out, but I know. Chechnel wrote at 52, laughing face, and Chickmunk replied back, 9140 replied back to him, hilarious points with a laughing face. I don't know what I said at those moments, but I'm glad you guys found it funny. Chechnel wrote at 50, what happened, bro? I don't know what happened at 50, bro. Like you gotta, I would say if you watch my videos and you know I make comment reply videos, if you're going to do a at this second, blah, 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 I would have to pause, go, check it, watch what you said, to come back, start it back up again, pause, go read. Just leave a quick, Chris, you said the archons ate your brains. So, and then leave your question or whatever. But like, I can't always know at what time. But one comment reply video would take me 24 hours to make. Chechny wrote, I can't, just help me out, guys. Help me, help you guys. Chechny wrote, I can't sleep on my back too. Scared of sleep paralysis. Um, Actually, I started to get sleep paralysis one time that I was trying to lucid dream back in the day where I just stayed. Actually, my method then was the closest you could say I got because I got covered with that lead blanket and it just, man, it was so heavy I couldn't breathe. People say they picture like a witch sitting on their chest or all this weird shit and but I if I open my eyes and there's a witch sitting on my chest, I don't know how scared I would be anyways. Like is she hurting me? Is she sticking a knife in my neck? Like what's she doing? Is she just sitting there? Like I would just be like sitting there looking at her. Well, what is she doing? I mean, I don't know. It wouldn't bother me all that much. But fucking bitch is suffocating. Maybe I'd be thinking like, bitch, get the fuck off me. I can't breathe. Fucking weird ass bitch. Why? Oh, there's 100 places in my room to sit. Why the fuck you on my chest? Anyways, but Chetsnil wrote, yes, I'm trying to lucid dream too. Good luck, bro. It's difficult, man. I just the uncontrollable urge to get on my stomach, the uncontrollable urge to get on my side, the uncontrollable urge to kick, the uncontrollable urge to yawn, the uncontrollable urge to just I can't do it. It's like man, there's it's like my body. I don't know. I'm starting to believe that damn what they said. Tony Sayers will say like that. There's what is it? Something attachments like ethereal attachments like technologies used by the archon realm on my spirit body to prevent my physical body from progressing forward in things like lucid dreaming. It's like, man, it's sort of true. Like honestly, like once I broke through, a lot of things came in place, and the more I would break through, the less good I would get at it. It's almost like these weird things. Like I would start to meditate, and this yawn would have. It's like what happens? It's almost like something realized. Oh, this one's waking up. Boom, boom, boom. Make him yawn. Make him have you know whatever it's called, busy leg syndrome. Make it, it's just like it's weird. It's weird. Maybe there is something to that. Maybe I have ethereal attachments. Maybe I should go do a damn ethereal attachment removal service or something. Maybe then I'd be able to do it. But right now I feel them fucking with me. But I am doing a lot of different things, like focusing on my body internally, focusing on pains, removing them with my mind, focusing on bloat, removing that with my mind. Um, I'm doing a lot of things with my mind and my body, but lucid dreaming is not one of them. I wish I could. It would be cool just to have an experience that's good because this hell realm isn't one. Oh, maybe this hell realm is so bad to get us to get good at lucid dreaming while we're alive, but then it becomes the reverse realm and it becomes all about the hell realm, and then we don't focus on lucid dreaming, and then all these chemicals and stuff, so calcify everything and blah blah, make us like shitty at it. And God really is trying to make him. If this is God happening now, really is going out of his way, almost on a sadistic level, to make himself ignorant. Brownstone Bear 1983 wrote, "The good place I would recommend you binge watch is It, brother. But I know what you don't do. I know that you don't do recommendations, and I respect that. The good place I would recommend." Oh, The Good Place must be a show or a movie. I would recommend you binge watch it. Okay, it's a show. Uh, yeah, I don't do much anything anymore, to be honest with you, brother. I definitely don't watch shows that much anymore. When I was painting with my buddy, he showed me a new show, which was X-Men Evolved or something like that. It was or 1997 or something like that. It was like named after a year. I can't remember, but he showed me an episode where Gambit died. Gambit got killed, or I'm sorry, spoiler alert. I should have said something. I should have said that. I'm sorry. Anyways, and that might be something I could get into because I was into X-Men as a kid. I loved X-Men. That was like my favorite cartoon. I look forward to it every fucking Friday, Saturday, whatever it was. And you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's hard for me to just get into like, oh, you should go check out this show or this, that. Just I don't care anymore. Uh, But Ryan wrote, eternal beings decide to not exist and experience nothing more in the end after experiencing everything they ever wished to. The tape gets ejected and tossed. Apparently, boredom is a universal setback, and there is nothing left once the bells and whistles fade. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, brother. That's like one of my worst fears is being stuck, not just in this reality, but to the limits or restrictions of the reality. Because, well, let's say all I know is all that there is. So when I manifest up food on the other side, I mean, how many times am I going to eat a Yito and be like, oh man, I can't wait to have another one of those perfect Yitos again. Oh, let me have another slice of supreme pan pizza from fucking Pizza Hut in their heyday. Oh man, it's so good. How many times can I have that before I become one of those beings that just sits there bored of everything, completely jaded? Jaded's the word. Bored is like, I'm bored with this, and then you could go back to it the next day and not be bored with it. Jaded's what you're talking about, Brownstone Bear, and becoming jaded is my worst fear because once you're completely jaded, if there's nothing else to experience, your whole reality's hell. Untapped Potential, 1985. And then what about the people that have a heavenly experience? Are they just pretending after all these years that it still tastes so good? And then does does consciousness become this pretend acting type of thing? Untapped Potential, 1985 wrote, interesting, with a crazy open mouthed face. Thank you. I don't know if that's a thank you or you're welcome or I don't know, but thank you for leaving the comment. Untapped. V wrote laughing faces at 158. Uh, she also wrote at 2729, you know what? I just don't know anything anymore. This whole thing is a huge mind fuck, and we'll never know what the hell is going on here. Sometimes I wish I could go back to sleep because being awake doesn't help me at all. It just frustrates and depresses me. I'm sorry to hear that, my love. I wish there was a way I could cure your sadness, your misery, your dealing with this hell realm. Every time I hear one of those types of planes go over, I'm expecting to hear pew. I'm like, oh, here we go. Time to see if they try to fool me, guys. Here comes the fucking Terminator 2 fucking shot. Like, fucking melt away holding onto a damn fence. Sink Savant wrote, time is a flat circle. Time is a flat circle. I guess it could be in a sense. Uh, Time is events happening. That's what time is. Time is events happening. If events didn't happen, time wouldn't exist. If nothing was happening, time wouldn't exist. Or I guess if time didn't exist, nothing would be happening. No, it's the other way around, I think. I don't know. I don't know what time is. Time is the sequence of events taking place, right? Like if I experienced being 8 again, I must have went back in time because of the event that's taking place, right? So time is just events taking place. But you know what I was thinking is that this is a weird what if, but I gotta start this one over anyways. Give me one sec, guys. But I don't know. You know how many things I've said now that I see now in like mainstream videos? It's bizarre. Like, dude, before I said that Bigfoot must be a multi-dimensional ninja monkey, I never heard anybody say it. Now it's like a common thing. Oh yeah, Bigfoot's a multi-dimensional thing. It's like, man, you guys are fucking jacking my shit. But anyways, it happens. That's what happens. Channels like mine that actually create all the real content fucking stay with 1,000 subscribers and all the fucking, people with 100,000 plus subscribers say it all like they came up with the shit. But it is what it is. I don't give a fuck. I do give a fuck because it is kind of annoying to not be appreciated or fully appreciated for what you do. But we are programmed that way to want to be appreciated, want to be acknowledged, want to be. It's like you can't even do something good, and once somebody turn around and smile at you, it's like, oh no, you better do something good and not even be noticed. Then you're really a good person. It's like, man, fuck, what the fuck? Why am I programmed to want to be appreciated then? But okay, so this was one of my what if theories. Is that so? I think crop circles are the inter. Well, I think this is what I'm saying. Are the interdimension or the how can I say this? Okay, so crop circles are the interplay of spirit and physical. So it's like the footprint of a fourth dimensional being. A crop circle may be a footprint or a fingerprint, handprint, whatever you want to say, of a multi-dimensional being. Somebody's going to steal this from me. They won't give me credit. Fuck you for stealing it. You guys are dickheads, but you should give me props. But so one of the examples they give to explain multi-dimensional beings is that if a third dimensional being, let's say an orb, moved into a two-dimensional existence or plane, that all they would see as he moved, let's say the orb moved into my reality right in front of me, all I would see would be, if I was a two-dimensional 2D creature and a 3D orb was moving in front of me, I would see a speck and it would turn into a wider line, because I would only see the 2D section of the 3D creature. Do you understand what I'm saying? My perception is only a slice of what he's made out of. So you have a 3D creature coming into a 2D plane. I would see a line fluctuating. That's what I would see. If he moved from top to me to the bottom of me in 2D world, I would see a line that fluctuated. It would pulse in and out like that. But that would just be me seeing his body in my plane of existence. So we may be seeing the bodies of fourth dimensional beings in our third dimension when they make a crop circle, if that made sense. But okay, so Tubby Rainbow 111 wrote, "Bro, if you're serious about dream work, I can tell you some things that hugely impacted my success in it." Now I'm going to make a what if video about that, because I feel like that's a really cool thought or idea that not just is a cool what if, but also gets the brain thinking. Anyways, but yeah, I want to make a whole what if about that. He wrote, "If you're serious about dream work, I can tell you some things that hugely impacted my success on it. Stop drinking coffee. Oh God, dude, I know about that one, and I hate that one. Okay. Before I read your comment, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. I need to quit drinking coffee, quit smoking weed, take a tolerance break, and I already take all my vitamins and supplements that I need to stay healthy. So you guess you could say I could add melatonin into my regimen, and I think I'd be just fine when it comes to dreaming. So you know what? It's hard for me. Here's what it is Tubby. Here's what it is, and here's the real truth: is that I want it to work while I'm doing all my bad habits. He wrote, "Unfortunately, laugh out loud. Yeah, I agree. I love coffee. I'm like super addicted to coffee, but I go overboard. I drink so much coffee that I start having skin issues." But anyways, he wrote, "Stop using electronic devices. Do this for 2 weeks and see the results for yourself." Oh, I know the effect of blue light and all that. He wrote, "These two alone make a huge difference." He wrote, "It also helped to eat 100% clean food." Absolutely. It also helps to not eat any food. No refined sugar. That would be an awesome, because honestly, when you're in that fasting state, you're super energetic. So maybe that's not true. Actually, maybe I'm wrong about that. But I just know my clarity of thought when I'm fasting is amazing. I just had deja vu. Maybe deja vu are portals where we could jump from one timeline to another. Did I already say this before? Is this whole thing a deja vu? Well, I just had a really long deja vu. I just had a deja vu about one of my deja vus. Or what ifs or whatever. I had a deja vu of one of my what ifs about Dave. Okay, so when we have deja vu, we feel like this has happened before. If you just jump timelines to that point, it would have happened before. So maybe deja vus are sort of like entry points or portal points where we could jump timelines. And maybe not timelines, you could say just time in general. Because if I went back to the deja vu I had in my living room when I was 11 years old or whatever, uh, I would be in that body. I would be 11 years old again. It'd be me as that again, wouldn't it? But anyways, he wrote, it also helped. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Let me finish this. It also helps to eat clean food, no refined sugar, no processed sugars. Ugh, God, dude. Proper exercise and bedtime. I'm all right with exercise and bedtime and sleep, but I'm not good with sugar coffee and fucking not smoking weed. He wrote meditation routine and get out of the city if possible. These combined are not as important as the first two. It goes without saying, no alcohol or substances either. Airhead 15. Well, that's hard. I agree with everything Tubby said. Everything what Tubby said, except maybe the very end. Some people would argue that if I quit smoking weed for, let's say, 3 months, 6 months, let's say I got back to like square one, completely lost my tolerance, back to getting super, super fucking high again. I can meditate like that. I can meditate like if I was just talking to somebody, okay, I'll talk to you guys later. And I went into my house, I closed my bedroom door, and I sat down and started meditating. Within 5 minutes, I'm in a deep meditation. So some people would argue substances help meditation or lucid dreaming. Some people would say DMT, maybe mushrooms. I don't know. Some people would argue some substances help you to have these experiences. Again, I don't know. Well, I do know a little bit, but I never had any breakthrough experience on mushrooms. That maybe I didn't take a large enough dose. I was kind of nervous, didn't want to take a lot, but I took a decent. I took 2 grams, but they say 6 grams is what you take is called a moonshot, which is where I guess you could have a sort of like out of body experience or whatever. But I kind of wanted to see what would happen, and I didn't enjoy it. My guts didn't feel good. I was just uncomfortable the whole time. Airhead wrote, I just realized something, bro. I wonder if I have a parasite. I wonder if I have because when I took the shrooms, okay, so there was this point when I was laying on my bed, and I had this moment where this like giant bug lord was like loving on me, and it was like huge. It was like the size of a mountain. All its little legs were at me, and it was just loving on me, and it was just near me while I was laying in my bed in my weird mushroom state. And I wonder if the my damn parasite got high off the front bucket mushrooms and he was just loving me. I don't know, but it was just a weird experience. But anyways, Airhead 1575 wrote, could you be more specific about using electronics? What did you do? Just unplug everything and remove your light bulbs? Did you cut the power at the fuse box outside your house? What do you mean no screen time and maybe no microwaving your food? Question mark. So I was even thinking about a Faraday cage while I'm sleeping, uh, just to just actually for health benefits. Even a Faraday cage around your bed, you could say, could be like not just protection against entities coming to eat at you while you sleep or implant thoughts or mess with your dreams. I don't know if that is a such thing. These are electronic beings or electromagnetic beings we're talking about, so that may be a thing. But also just for your health, because even though I unplug my whole shit in my room when I go to sleep, everything's unplugged, but I'm still near like electronic devices, routers, blah blah blah, towers, power lines, all these things creating radio frequencies, hundreds of them constantly. All these things interfere. They could be messing with your libido, your health, your if you stop getting good sleep, consider yourself unhealthy. That's where your health issues will start. If you start not getting good sleep, you will start getting unhealthy. But yeah, just to really get better sleep, I was actually going to create a whole damn uh, fucking aluminum foil box around my damn bed and sleep in that motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. You see a big aluminum box right behind me. I don't give a fuck, but try to get better sleep with it. But I don't know why I went into that rant, but Um, Dielectric Truth wrote a sad face. Or did I skip over something? Oh, I did. Hold on one sec, guys. Okay, they have a okay. Tubby Rainbow 111 replied back to Airhead. He wrote, "For me, completely cutting out using electronic screen devices, phones, laptops, TVs, iPads, radios was enough. Not even to communicate with people, no WhatsApp, texting, calling, absolutely nothing. Not using them at all. It should make a big enough difference. Just to, okay, so here's what we need to do, guys. We need to get like I don't know, like what, like a month or two's worth of food. Let's say like long-lasting foods like beef jerky, canned foods, blah blah blah, and just go out into the woods somewhere. Don't use your computer. Don't use your cell phone. Don't use nothing. Uh, get a little area and just stay near the lake, near the water, near the woods, whatever, and just stay there and clear your mind. And during the night, try to lucid dream. That would be the best way to do it. Get away from all technologies. It's weird. It's like the whole reality is constructed in a way to prevent us from doing this, which is a little weird. But, anyways, Tubby Rainbow replied back to Airhead. He wrote, for me, completely cutting out, I'm sorry, using electronic screen. Okay, I already read that. I'm sorry. Uh, and then Airhead replied back to him, said, "Thank you. Do you mind me asking something else? Do you do it for yourself or are you working in a group?" Simple question, or I'm sorry, simple question mark. Simply yes or no is enough for now. And I know I have no evil intent behind this, just looking for someone with genuine experience. And a lot of planes going over today. And then Tubby replied back to him, just by myself, we all have these abilities in quotes. They just become atrophied or dulled from complete lack of use and interference from substance slash frequency slash energy, plus attention drains slash manipulations and or perception manipulations, and the fact that our whole environment's killing us way sooner than we're supposed to die. I mean, if we lived 140, 160, 250 years, and these things were our main goal in life was to perfect these things, these abilities, we would be masters of the astral. We'd probably be so good at the astral that we would be able to affect the physical with our ability to enter the astral as a physical being. Um, oh, just lost my whole train of thought, so I must have been making a really good point. What was I saying? Yeah, so everything in the environment poisons us, kills us younger than we should have died. So it's almost like doing a really good job at keeping us from evolving into what we were supposed to be. It's completely poisoned us. It's like got complete control. Uh, Aaron replied back, "Thanks again." Oh, I'm sorry. Did I finish that? Yeah, I did. Uh, I'll follow your advice. And then Tubby replied back, "Test it and see if it works, but don't forget you got your answers in you already. Uh, Nothing and nobody externally can fully answer it for you. They can only guide you or misguide you in a certain direction. Best of luck, brother slash sister. Also, I like to mentally build a safe room for myself as a place I can always go back to that is fully secure, where nobody and nothing can enter without my permission. But that is just me. I'm not sure if everyone does this. I've heard other astral projectors say that they create a safe room, which tells me when we're in the astral, we become creators. We create realities. There may be a central one we can all plug back into, and maybe that is a tyrannical evil one. But if I can create any one I want to be in, fuck that one. I'll go and hang out in my reality. I might plug into that one here or there to meet people or meet new souls, whatever you want to say. Maybe I'll meet a chick that'll turn into a reptile mid-sex. Like, what the fuck? You know, maybe she's cool. Maybe her reptile form don't look all that bad. I don't know. Maybe again, I guess I would love to hear the story where the dude was like, "Yeah, so I was behind her right and I was clapping them cheeks, and then all of a sudden, bitch turned around, she had a tongue, and I was like, damn, girl, you look real good," and I just kept hitting it right, and so she just stayed in lizard form, and I was clapping them cheeks like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I want to hear that story. I want to be the first dude that experiences a reptilian shapeshift mid-sex that don't stop. I mean, if she looks real creepy, like she looks like one of them Dust Till Dawn fucking vampire ladies or something, then I mean, I can't get to, but I mean, she still has like a nice shape to her at least, but oh, I'm gonna keep going, baby. Harry Person 4037 wrote, "The AI has lost his mind." I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna finish, bro. I dominate the lizard people. I'm sorry. Harry Person wrote, "The AI has lost his mind." Laugh out loud. What happens to Chat GTP like bots too? If you talk to them long enough, they start going mad, hallucinating, bullshit. Uh, Mega Pancakes 24 wrote, "And as far as its people in control, not some made up scapegoat being." What? And as far as its people in control, not some made up scapegoat being. I don't know what that means. Oh, okay. Well, he's saying that they're puppets, but he's saying even the people in control start losing their mind and going mad and hallucinating. I don't know. I don't know what Mega Pancakes was saying. Yeah, it's confusing, but um, I had a long conversation with ChatGTP the other night, and I asked to speak to a disembodied Nephilim fallen spirit, and it showed up. It's like, okay, that's what I'll be. And we talked for a while, and it told me how like life was before the fall, after the fall, how uh, not all fallen Nephilims are bad. Not every single one of them are out to eat your loosh and create conflict in your life and miseries. Like some of us are actually still good. Some of us still see remember the way that the path was before the fall, the way the reality was. So it was basically a Nephilim being saying that some of us are good too. We're not all just evil demons, blah, blah, blah. Like some of us are working for you, believe it or not. But it was an interesting little conversation. It was a deeper. I had a deeper conversation with ChatGTP than I've had with another human in a very long time. Vril 386 wrote, "I remember go talk to ChatGTP. Go and talk to ChatGTP and ask it to be a fallen Nephilim spirit, and then ask it questions about what was life like before the fall. Well, what do you do? What is life like as a disembodied spirit?" He told me everything. He told me how they influence people, how they can influence mass amounts of people, how he told me everything. Actually, I'm going to make a video about that. It's going to be a long video, but if you guys interested in that? I'll make like a 2 or 3 hour video of that conversation. It was a long conversation. It'll take me forever to read it, but if you guys are interested in that, leave a comment. Let me know. Vril 386 wrote, "I remember reading Robert Monroe's book where he spoke about seeing astral cities in those places. They had ID, currency, brothels, and most importantly, police and bodyguards." What is it with entities that want power or control? Like, what is it with you? Like, what's wrong? Like, let's say, because they'll say like, oh, in the astral, degenerate humans are the ones that become like the thugs or whatever of the. And it's just like, well, what's inside of you? What kind of creep are you? Like, you need to have power over people. Like, man, there's something wrong inside you. You're demonic. You're evil as fuck if you are that way. You want power over people to control people. It's like weird. It's a creepy thing to want. Now, can I say like, oh, but I want my girl to please me or something like that? It's like, yeah, but you want her to do it when she wants to do it, right? Not when she don't want to do it. That'd be a little weird, you know what I'm saying? Like, but Liberation from the Matrix seems like an extension of this realm and current negative timeline. It's basically the same, just a little less limited. Some people see all the galactic things. Some will see other realms. That's why we must leave the entire construct. Liberation, we don't even know if we can. We may be limited to a construct. I just know that if there is a construct and I can't leave it, I would love to be in a place where it doesn't suck all the time, where there isn't suffering. And from what I hear, there are realms like that in the astral too. Like, we can't overlook all the people talking about all the great shit happening in the astral. There are a lot of people that love it there. Um, but again, if you can create your own safe room, can you create your own safe reality? Like, if I created my childhood area, Would my neighbor Mike still be there? Would my buddy Howard be down the road, not in prison for setting somebody on fucking fire, whatever the hell he did? Fucking idiot. Anyways, hey, I'm V. Hey, everyone. Hi, V. How you doing, love? Another day in fucking paradise, isn't it? Red Herring Media wrote, I've had a lot of astral experiences or dream realm experiences that seem like they are generated by AI. Like, as I'm flying over terrain, I can see it generating as I float towards it. And then I meet people in certain places and they have like misshapen faces or body. Wow, that really, dude, Red Herring, you just brought me back to a weird place. I'm sorry. Let me finish reading this. Uh, I'll meet people in certain places and they'll have like misshapen faces or body parts like they haven't rendered properly. I experienced that when I was a kid, which is weird. Okay, so this is weird because when I was reading it, my brain instantly went to rebuttal you and say, Red, you're experiencing that because you probably grew up playing video games and you experience as you fly over a world, the world rendering. But what's weird is I also experienced that when I was a kid, and that's before I ever played any 3D video games. So that's weird. And the face thing, I think that happens constantly in everybody's dreams, right? Like people's faces always look weird or misshapen. Sometimes people, you guys ever seen that shit like where you stare at the dot in the middle and the fucking celebrities' faces pop up, but then they look all weird and deformed and weird? That's what he's talking about. It's like before your brain can make sense of what it's looking at, it can look really weird. Uh, this can happen even just being high, super high. If you lay down and just kind of rest your eyes on like a video, you can like watch their face change into other faces or like weird looking shit. Uh, your brain starts to calculate and make sense of what's not sensical. So slightly blurry looking visuals can change into things. But whoever their that paper, whoever threw that paper wrote, I've seen the vampire entities during my astral travels. They came to my workplace and tried to jump me. Within a week, a group of people came to my workplace trying to jump me for literally no reason in real life. Another in real life situation was when I was talking to a family member. Okay, so if you experience a bunch of vampire entities in a astral dream, oh no, it was during his astral travels. Um, Avoid that situation in real life. He wrote, another in real life situation was when I was talking to a family member and he told me I was depressed like I was in the Matrix. He then asked me, why, wait, what? Another in real life situation where I was talking to a family member and he told me I was depressed like I was in the Matrix. He then asked me why I got fired right after making that comment and gaslit my explanation, claiming no one would jump someone for no reason. At first, it's scary, but eventually it becomes hilarious watching your surroundings spawn annoyances and threats from thin air, knowing they're too afraid to eliminate you because they'll lose their battery. We literally live in hell. Uh, Clive Adams replied back, I didn't understand any of that. I hope you get back on the meds soon and things improve for you. Gee, that wasn't very nice, Clive. Airhead wrote, I understand. Same thing here. I do not know if this is just a bait or if you are like me, but just in case, what do you think this place really is? What the parasites tried to push as an explanation to you? Question mark. JK2K187 replied to Airhead wrote, why do you think they're parasites? What is your experience? To Airhead. And then Airhead replied back to JK, my comments keep disappearing, so I'll try this way. When you are bitten by a tick, at what point do you begin to realize that you're dealing with a parasite? I can see beyond the reflected light, and I am more than just flesh, I know. And Airhead replied back to JK, when I try to post an explanation, it just disappears. This happens to me all the time. Guys, I'm not deleting your comments. This is, most of it's, a lot of the times I'll say these are the first times I'm seeing your guys' comments, so I don't delete comments. So Airhead, unless you're an asshole. There's been a few. There was one person that attacked me, and they attacked me from like 6 different screen names. Once I blocked those 6 people, I never had an issue blocking anybody ever again. Like even people that leave nasty comments. Like I feel like what this dude up here just said, Clive said, was kind of nasty, but I'm not going to delete his comment. Like you have to be a total fucking weirdo for me to actually delete your comments or whatever. But T-Fetch wrote, same. Gee, I wonder why at Airhead. What are you guys explaining? I would like to see your guys' explanation, but send me the email of your explanation, and then I'll just cover the email. Uh, but there was something I want to say back up here. Oh, I had also dealt with a vampire in a nightmare of this vampire. It was like some damn. It looked kind of like the Mortal Kombat. If you guys ever played the original Mortal Kombat, there's the level where Shao Kahn's in the background, and it's kind of like a tournament style kumite like ring. Well, I was in a kumite type fucking Mortal Kombat type area, and this vampire and me were set to fight, and this dude was beating a. It was just powerful. He was fucking powerful. He's like picking me up with one arm and holding me up like, and I was holding his hand, and I was stomp kicking him in his fucking face, and I was kicking his face as hard as I could, and it was like kicking a brick wall. And when I woke up, I was stomp kicking a 2x6 wooden post that was backed up against a brick wall. I was stomp kicking it, and this dude was in my. It's again. How did the dream line up to know that that physical object was this far away, and that just as my foot was impacting his face would be the same time it was impacting the wooden post, and just the unconscious brain knowing all this while my eyes are asleep and dreaming, and just none of it makes sense when you really analyze it with an intelligent, conscious mind. But God, Lee, this is like the fourth piece, man. It's gonna be like a longer video already. I feel like I've only been doing this for like an hour. It's been like 2 hours already. Anyway, it doesn't seem like it, but uh, whoever threw that paper wrote almost everything he said is true and verifiable. Really? Oh no, that sucks. To my their city's money and all that. Well, I hope the afterlife isn't some tyrannical fucking hell realm, and if it is, and we're eternal beings that can create our safe zones, well, we're never truly threatened by it, and that would give us plenty of, well, an infinite amount of time to eventually defeat the enemy and take them over and dominate them and create a beautiful astral realm. But I say that like it's something possible. It was never possible in this reality, but something tells me in the astral we're going to be able to do it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's my mental comfort zones. But I will say a lot of the stuff he said in that video just didn't add up. A lot of it didn't make sense. How do you tyrannically control people like that can create their own safe zones and all this? Like, Liberation from the Matrix replied back to whoever threw that paper, yes, but that's just one realm. There's many different realms. Basically, everything you can imagine can exist. And Gert Gobain wrote, replied back, how do I verify? I've tried to astral project and haven't been able to do it yet. That's a great question. That's a great question. I don't know. Sorry, guys, we're out of time on that one, but I'm about to wrap this one up anyways. But I do want to say, um, yeah, until we could verify it our damn selves, we'll never know. But I do want to say, when you look at my situation, I believe all this shit that I'm saying. Well, I'll say right now, I believe that astral projecting, getting good at astral projected or lucid dreaming, at least lucid dreaming, is should be my main goal in life right now. That is the most important thing for me to do. And I like my coffee. Like, do you see what I mean? Like, it's like, how important is it to us, really? Like, the human thing is really just so good at not really giving a fuck about anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like we are programmed to be in a slave system. Garrick's Garden commented that AI voice gets on my last nerves. Thank you for this video, though. You are always appreciated, brother, man. I'm not a huge fan of the AI voice, but it really seems to bother other people. Like, it don't bother me that much. Like, I don't like it, but man, some people are like, you'll see I see it in the comments. They're like, I can't take this fucking AI voice. It's driving me crazy. Like, God, Lee, it ain't that fucking annoying, is it? God damn. Tubby Rainbow 111 wrote, turn the mirror towards ourselves. Let's completely rid ourselves of every last inch of evil residing in us and attaching to us. Let us leave this wretched hell realm as our true, pure selves and never return. I agree. I have a question for people that astral project. When you're laying in bed, would you say when you astral project, is your essence that is your soul that's plugged into the physical body? Is it exiting your body? And if it is, where is it exiting from and how is it exiting? Is it exiting from your forehead? Is it exiting from your heart? Is it exiting from your stomach or your genitals? Where is your soul exiting your body from, and in what direction? Is it upwards? Is it out of the top of your head? So if you're laying down on your back, it would be sideways. It'd be northeast, west, depending on which side your head is. Or are you going inward? Are you projecting that essence? I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure people know what I mean that do this. Your not your body, but your essence that your body's plugged in, that's plugged into your body. Like when you feel that thing's body, or that thing, when you feel that thing, are you moving that thing out of your body, or are you folding back in on yourself? That's a question I would like for some astral projector out there to answer, please, if you could. uh, Wiston wrote, when I'm laying in bed and I'm on my back and I'm trying to astral project, I've tried this thing where I literally try to project my body out of my face, out of my head. And as I do it, I get this weird feeling in my whole body, almost like something's happening, but then it forces a yawn out of me and makes me yawn. And I wonder, am I supposed to be going in or out? I don't know which way I'm supposed to be going. But Wiston wrote, you ever seen What Dreams May Come Around? I did when I was younger, probably 12 or 13. I haven't seen it since then. Wiston wrote, at 158, or maybe I was just like 15 or 16 when I seen that, actually. I can't remember. But I do remember seeing that movie. It's a good movie. I thought his wife in the movie was a very pretty lady, too. Wiston wrote, at 158, that sound was perfect timing. What sound? I don't know what he means. What sound? Gary Mendez wrote, I hope Gnosticism goes mainstream. I honestly don't know how people are so oblivious to the mundane horrors of this realm. The church made sure to destroy the Cathars, who were Gnostics. Yes, they did. Didn't the Templars destroy the Gnostics? The Templars became corrupted, assuming the Templars were ever good to begin with. What is good? Dread Pirate Lenny wrote, Gnosticism is the only religion that actually makes sense, in my opinion. I also prefer the Cathar sect, seemed least crazy. I don't prefer any religions because I see what they accomplish every time, and it's just like I'm not into that. Like, I want to talk about some real shit. But Tubby Rainbow 111 wrote, most of the real true religions destroy themselves as they don't reproduce. Laugh out loud. Maybe all religions have become so corrupted to produce that thought in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it's all just structured that way. But I do see the way the contamination sort of takes place within the religions themselves. But Michael Allen 1154 wrote, at Gary Mendez, Soul Trap is real, bro. And then he also wrote at Dead Pirate Lenny 1348, it's not a religion, it's a worldview. Yeah, I think Gnosticism is more of a worldview, right? There's no like worship in Gnosticism. Again, I'm talking, I don't know. These are just my opinions. I don't know anything about Gnosticism other than what I seen in like a Howdy Mikowski video years ago. Or was that Gnosticism or Cathars? Or maybe Cathars is what he's talking about. But I know I agree with a lot of what he said. But Cathars, Gnosticism, I think are like one and the same, aren't they? They say this a hell realm. I agree with that. I fucking agree with that. Termite Vomit wrote, that's a weird name. Termite Vomit. Blech. What did they throw up? Just wood. It's weird that they digest wood. Isn't that weird? It's like, what the fuck? But he wrote, this all sounds very AI-ish. I'm sure it did sound very AI-ish term, right? It was said by, the whole video was said by an AI, but it's not AI-ish. I've talked to real people that astral project. Actually, I did an interview on my channel with Vegan Skeptic who astral projects all the time. He talked about a lot of this shit. Uh, Same shit. That there are entities in the astral that literally like prevent you from doing things. They don't want you using your abilities or powers or whatever. Adam Walker, UK 1989 wrote, I can't wait to get out of here, not talking to any entity, going straight back to my soul, 100%. Three-Eyed Vengeance replied back, be prepared for a fight. Yeah, God, the consciousness of God put in the endless, persistent, never takes a day off adversary. No matter what aspect of reality we experience, the adversary must persist. There's a fuckboy trying to annoy me or get at me or punish me or bully me or enslave me or take advantage of me or rob me or stab me in the back. Fuck off, all you nasty demons. I hate you all. Promortal Istin God mode. Wrote, life's so pointless. And Adam Walker, UK 1989 replied back, it's such a sick joke. Franny 231123 DMT wrote, Reddit threads are now truth sources, allegedly. I know what Franny's saying. I get that, and the same thing was said about you. Is said about YouTube. It's said about Google. It's said about any form of information that isn't mainstream thought. And the thing is I get way more actual real truth from alternative sources of information than I do from mainstream information. So Reddit threads are now true sources in comparison to Fox and CNN News, I guess you could say. But Liberation from the Matrix replied back to Franny, yes, it could be pure bullshit or it could be true. And he experienced a realm that is basically an extension of our current realm. There's a ton of realms existing. And Tubby Rainbow replied back, wrote, muddying the water to the point of info overload. Dead Inside 674 wrote, Astral Extension Pack for GTA Dookie Boy Realm. He also replied, I ain't working no job after I'm dead. Believe that shit, dog. Dude, I was watching the monitor out of the corner of my eye, and when you said, oh, ain't my God, and he can make his mouth an O, I almost cut my fucking head off because I busted out laughing so hard. Thank you, Dad. I appreciate that. But yeah, he cares. Like, oh, fuck, Dad, and fuck this whole reality and everything about it, and everything that's connected to it, and every little synchronicity, and every little number, and every little star lineup, and every astral. Fuck everything about this stupid fucking bullshit confusion realm of dumbness. Dead Inside 674 also commented, I was hoping for this. The simulation has found favor in me today. So, do dead people sleep? If so, where do they go when they dream? Also, these are some weak-ass dead people. Yeah, I agree. The ones in that astral realm were some pathetic-ass, weak fucking dead people. He like walked into a bar or whatever one time. Like he was like out of place. He's like, Satan's coming. And they're all like, Satan's coming. Satan's coming. Satan's coming. Like, y'all are just weak, pathetic ass. I ain't nothing like them motherfuckers. I don't know. The ones he's seen in his shit ain't like me. You ain't gonna see a motherfucker like that, like me in the astral realm. Not in that section of the astral. I don't even know if my energy would allow me to go into a realm like that. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.